Hi everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and we are going to decorate the inside of the cover, the front and the back. So I just kind of want to show you what I got out to decide between. I haven't made a decision on it yet, but I kind of narrowed things down. I have my envelope. I love these envelopes, and I'll put a link for these below. I got turned on to these by Michelle from Joyful Michelle. She was showing how she was organizing her craft room, and I just love these. And you get a whole bunch in a package. They're heavy, and they've got the snap on them, and they're just the right size for organizing your papers. So when I print out pieces for a journal, I just put them all into this folder, and that way I've got everything that I need all together. And I usually print out more than I'll actually need. But I print out everything that I think I will need. And I still end up sometimes, having to print out a little bit more, but it gives me most of what I need ahead of time. Okay, then also I got these books yesterday at the Dollar Tree, and they're all different fruit of the spirit. And I'll just show you a little bit from them. But it's got, like, this one's Patience. So it has a whole bunch of little writings, insights, questions, and stuff on that particular quality. So I'm not sure if I'll use these or not, but I think that there's a lot of really cool stuff in here that could be used if we wanted to. I might someday make like a journal using each one of these or something. I'm not sure. That's more what I'm leaning towards, but I just thought I would show you those because they're at my Dollar Tree now. I don't know if they're at all the Dollar Trees. Okay, then I pulled out this is a card that I had printed out previously that will go in whatever kind of pocket I put in the front. Okay, so it's this book belongs to. I like to have something like that. Okay, for the envelope in the back, I looked through all my papers and I didn't find anything that I thought went better with this, and I do like this. This fits with the whole theme of the book and everything. So I pulled out some other things that I could use to decorate it a little bit. And I thought possibly a hymn, but we'd end up cutting off quite a bit. So we're not going to do that. And then I saw these that I'd printed out there on cardstock. I was going to use them as cards, but of course I could still, print out more to use as cards, but I could cut off a little bit to put here on the envelope just to add a little bit more interest. And it could be this or this. It could be one of these two. It could be this or this. Or this or this. So we really have like 6 choices to make, and I'm kind of leaning towards the rose one because it's kind of striped and it looks really cool with that. But let's kind of see how these other ones look. I like the bird too. Oh, I really like the dragonfly. I don't know, you guys, I'm leaning towards the dragonfly, either that one or that one. Ooh, no, this dragonfly. I like the snail too. The snail's really cool. But I think we're going to go with this dragonfly. So I'm just going to use scissors to cut it out. I printed these to use as cards, and I'll still use all the others, and I can always print out another of this one to use as a card. But I think it'll be really nice for... It's on cardstock, but that'll work just fine. Okay, and I probably won't use this whole thing, so I'm not sure why I'm cutting it so carefully up here, but dump that trash there. Okay, so let's see how much we went. Well, yeah, see, we don't want to use the whole thing because we don't want to come up to this. But I think that's about where I want the dragonfly to be. So maybe can we get that writing in? Yes, we can. Okay, so I'm going to cut it curved, like right up here. If I mess up the curve, then I'll do something else. There we go. I think that turned out fine. Okay, so this will go in with my Franken paper. Okay, what do you think of that? I think that looks really nice. I really, really like that. Okay, so, all right. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have it so it's open on this side right here. Can you see that okay? Yeah. So it'll be a pocket over here. I always like to have something big in the back that you can stick stuff into, and you can put things into the pocket. And what I use it for in my own journals is I use that to to store things that I know I'm going to want to use, but I don't know where exactly yet. And so I put quite a few things into that pocket when I use it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna put this, glue this on first. So I'm gonna glue around the edges. Now I could actually, I've already glued that side. Okay, so if I could have left this side open and had another pocket, but I could have a bottom pocket actually. That would be kind of cool. Let's do that. Let's leave the bottom open and it'll be kind of an unexpected pocket. We can hang something out of it if we remember that it's there. And that we will have something hanging down from the bottom because this will be on here pretty tightly. So it will hold something on the bottom like that. Okay, and let me get my roller. Get that nice and flat and smooth. Okay, and we've got glue that came out. So we're gonna wipe that off of the roller so we don't spread it to other things. And wipe that from the edges so that our pages don't stick together. There we go. Okay, I think that'll be really nice. Now wait a second, what about my scrap here? Could I use some of that up here? Maybe like at an angle like this. Let's just see. Let's just see. It might not work out, but it might be kind of cool. Well, I don't want, that's not the right angle. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. And then this one will go like this. Let's see how this looks. I'm not sure. That's kind of cool, isn't it? What's better, that or that? I like that. That's good. Okay, let me just trim this top part. So you never know what you're going to end up with, you guys. Just kind of keep your mind open as you're doing stuff and you might just see something. I think that really looks good. I think that's nice. It doesn't quite follow the angle exactly here. And I'm not sure that I can. We'll try. But if we don't make it this time, then that's okay. We'll just not try to copy the angle. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. And maybe, okay, if I put something on there, it'll open up like this so it won't be in the way of writing. Okay, so I could have something hanging down from here. What do we want? Ooh, 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 ooh. Maybe one of these tassels. I love these tassels. That would be very cool, I think. Yep, 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 that's definitely it. Okay. Okay, so let's cut it evenly here. Cut some off this side. I love these. I got these more than 20 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago in California when I lived there. Okay. Yeah, isn't that cool? That'll be neat. And then you can open this up so that that's not going to be in the way of writing. Okay, so let's glue this on. Where'd my glue go? Glue this on. See what happens. I mean, I did not plan this at all, you guys. This is just what kind of comes up. If you sort of turn your brain off and just let it go. If you're trying to think too hard, then these things don't come to you. You just have to let it go, and all of a sudden it's like you see things and you say, hey, how would that work? And sometimes they don't work, but usually, it's really weird, usually they do. And that just comes from kind of letting go of your brain. Does that sound funny? I'm letting go of my brain. Okay, so I want to get that all the way on there. So we're going to use quite a bit of glue because we're going to put the fabric on the thing, and this is going to get pulled on. So we want to make sure that it's on there nice and tight and all the way on that top part of the envelope, not sticking off. Okay, so then that goes like that. Okay, so we want to put this on now. We're going to put this, I've got to see where it bends. It bends right here, so midway between those. So I'm going to put that right here. So it is about my fingernail. Okay, I'm not going to glue on this side right here because that's going to be our opening for our pocket. Don't let me forget, you guys, that we've got that pocket that opens up in the bottom, because it'd be really fun to have something hanging out of there. It'll look really cool. Okay, let me make sure that I've got this at the right place. Over just a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, very cool. Let me roll it. Okay, so remember I didn't glue this side, so that's a pocket right there. Let me just make sure that nothing's squirted out. Nope. Okay, very cool. Okay, so now we've got to decide what we want to have over here on the inside of the front pocket. So normally what I do is I put a card like this, and then I can put my "This Book Belongs To" card in there, use this as a pocket, but you can also write inside of it. So it's a nice place for, like, if you're giving it to somebody. Now this doesn't have to be even with this because you're not going to see these at the same time. All right, the book's going to be in between. What we're going to work with right now is how it looks with this. So this is one possibility. This definitely looks like an autumn garden, doesn't it? And it's pretty much the right colors. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me." That's what Jesus was saying to his disciples right before he left to be crucified. And then he was going to tell them about how in his Father's house there were many mansions. I like these leaves, but it's not really the right color, that orange. So let's not use that. The other possibility is this black and white. I just want to see what that looks like. And we could also use distressing ink on it to kind of to make it brown. I want to see what this looks like. Distressed. If it looks good, then we might use it. See how I'm making it brown? So it would go better with the whole thing. And I'm not worrying about getting ink on this. That ink might wear off on the book, but that's okay. It'll just make it look more distressed. See how much better that looks when it's brown? I love it. Okay. And if I don't use it in here, I'll just use it someplace else. Let's get our edges distressed. The other thing I want to do is see if this is coming off on my fingers. Nope, it's not. It's staying on there really nicely. Okay, so let's do this side too. Okay, so let's see how this looks on the inside. And I think we'll be deciding between this one and that other one that I said looked like an autumn garden. That's really pretty. Ooh, it's a hard choice, isn't it? I think I like this one better. I wish I could hear you guys because you probably have an opinion and I don't know what it is. Okay, yeah, I think I like that the best. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. Okay, this has a white inside, so I'm going to distress that. And I think I'm going to distress around the edges too. I'm kind of trying to keep track of the time. Besides the fact that I'm worried about my camera turning off, I know that I've got an alarm that's going to go off right after 8:30. And it's 8:10 my time right now. It'll remind me that I need to leave my faucets dripping because it's supposed to get down below freezing tonight. Okay. I'm going to get this green kind of browned up too because I think that green is just too bright. So see how isn't that cool, you guys? Oh, yes, 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 yes. This is going to be perfect. Perfect, perfect. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. All right. That looks much better, doesn't it? Okay, let's distress the inside too, real quick. Sorry that this is taking time. I'm going to fold this way so I can get it nice and stiff. And I'm also, like kind of trying to get it worn some too. So I'm sort of, like I'm not trying to keep it all perfect. I want it to look worn and used and beautiful. Loved. Okay, when I made a journal for a Bible study that I did, and I did a tutorial series on it, what I kept saying was you want it to look like it's been dropped in the mud and stepped on by a camel, because this was from the Old Testament. So we're not quite going for that grungy of a look with this, but you get the idea. Maybe it's been left out in the meadow where we were writing in it, and you know, insects have crawled over it, and a couple of butterflies and dragonflies have landed on it and stuff. Okay, so we're just going very, very gently. We don't want to get it all even. Okay, we just want to kind of make it look sort of old. And especially right after I ink the blending tool, I really want to be careful about. I'm just barely touching it. I'm not doing it hard at all. I'd rather go over it a few times if I need to than to have it too hard. Okay, so that's the inside. I don't have to do the back because the back's going to be glued to it. Okay, so, oh yes, look at that. See the difference that some distressing makes? Oh my goodness, now I need to distress this, I think. Let's do that. Just with the ink that we have left on here still, because that was a little stark compared to this. I think that's going to be lovely, don't you? Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue it in. The question is, do I want to leave the side open or the top? So let's look at the size of this card. It's barely going to fit in that way. So let's do it from the side. Let's leave the side open. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to this because this is the side that I need to leave open. I'm going to grab my glue and open it. Okay, then I'm going to hold on to the side that I'm going to leave open because I'm not going to glue that. And I'm just going to glue around all the rest of it. I've got a new bottle of glue that I can open up pretty soon. And I should probably do that before the next video and just save this for off-camera stuff. You know, these... Okay, so in a whole year of doing junk journals, you guys, I've gone through 2 bottles of this glue, and I use it all the time. One bottle, I mean, it's like, you know, 10 or 11 bucks, but it lasts forever. And this is seriously the best glue around. So I'll link it in I link it in most of my videos because I use it in most of my videos. Okay, so not looking at this over here. I've got to make sure that that's not going to hit where the fold is or anything. I think we need to move it over just a little bit more. Okay, so we've got some glue out here that I'm going to have to wipe up. Okay, and it's not flat enough because of this. It's not flat enough for me to use the roller on. So I'm just going to press down here as I go around it. Nice. Ooh, gosh, lots of goopy glue coming out there. All right. So that's good. That's pretty. I think that's going to be really nice, don't you? Look at that. That's beautiful. Really, really pretty. Okay, very good. So I have this already distressed to use someplace else. I could use it in here, or I can use it in another journal. I do want to do a black and brown journal sometime, so I may save it for that. Okay, I think that's it for today. Yeah, definitely, it's it for today. I will see you guys all tomorrow. I love you, and let's remember to pray for each other, okay? Bye-bye.